Hi, my name's Allison Fernley and I'm going to be your instructor for English 1010 this semester. I wanted to give you a little bit of information on how to get started with Canvas. Please forgive me if you're well versed in using Canvas. Canvas looks different depending on which class you're looking at, because every instructor sets it up a little bit differently. So I just wanted to get you used to how our screen on our front page, it's called front page, or I just would call it our home page too, how it looks and how we navigate for this class. So one thing that is consistent for any Canvas course that you will always see is what you see across the top here. This menu across the top here, the courses you're taking, you can always check your grades for any course here. The calendar, that would show you everything on every class you're taking, and resources that are available to you are here. Support Center, library resources, Canvas video resources, etc. So that's always the same in every Canvas course. What's not the same is what you see here and what you see over here. So our home page that we're looking at right now, you can see that that shows we're on that. You can go to your grades. You can see the people in the course. You can look at our overview of our entire schedule here for the semester. Before I show you that, I want to show you also what's here. And I'll just read this to you to make sure you're clear. To find all the assignments and other course materials, you can either always click on the modules here at left or here below. Okay, and anytime you want to check your email, and I would hope you would do that all the time, you would click up here. If you have an email, there will be a number by it showing you how many messages you have. The email can be a little confusing because it's not like an ordinary email. It just keeps piling things on top of each other, but it will always show you when you have new things to read there. So if there's any number there, you've got mail and you'll want to read it. I want to encourage you to check into the course every day. However, you can always check in and you can do work to get ahead. You could do all the work for a week, so even though the work might be spread out over a week's period of time, depending on the schedule that you have, you may really wish to get some things done ahead of time, even though their due dates aren't until later. Okay? If you have turned something in and you have no score, when you look at your grades, then that will just simply mean that I haven't graded it yet. So right now we're here looking at our Getting Started with Canvas video. I wanted to show you one other thing. There's this up at the top. It says View the Course Stream. And usually this will just show up for you in terms of what you have coming up for work. So, for example, this says Introduce Yourself. It tells you when things are due and whether or not you've submitted it. So you can always see what you have coming up. It must go about a week at a time. I'm never entirely sure. But those will be there for this class if you look at the course stream. Now, if I just go back to where we were on our main page, I want to show you that our entire schedule and everything you need is here in modules. So this is set up in 4 modules because we do 4 major papers throughout the semester, though the final 2 are rather connected. So there's a module for each major paper that you're going to turn in. All right? And so the way that this works, this tells you we're on weeks 1 through 5 or week 6. Click on each link to read or write. Assignments have due dates. So anything here that has a date and a point amount, even when it's 0 points, it's something for you to look at. And often when it's 0 points, to get that to disappear out of your course stream, you'll just need to say, yes, I've read this, or I have these questions. All right? And these are just so that you can read at the beginning of the semester what the first paper that we're doing is. And understand these assignments, we introduce yourself, read our course policies, syllabus, etc., practical policies. These just have a few points as we get started, and then you'll have another video here that tries to show you the big picture for the course. There are different kinds of symbols here in the modules. Anything that looks like a little discussion balloon means that you'll be writing something that everybody else can see. Although you won't see what anybody else has written until you post what you have written. So that's the balloon. Anything that says A means it's an assignment. Only I will see it, and you will upload that. This little symbol here means that it's something from the cloud that you can download and read. This first one happens to be just in case you haven't gotten your book yet. Now what happens when you click on these is that it tries to render here, and this isn't especially good, though of course you can come down here and make it bigger so you can read it. Now the other option that you have is just to go here, download Intro and Chapter 1 PDF, and then open it, since it's a PDF, with Adobe Acrobat. Now I assume everybody will have that. And then the same thing, you can make it a little bit bigger, easier to read. Now again, that's here only because you may not yet have received your book. I'm hoping that you all do have a book, and this is the only thing that is available here in a PDF form, so you will want to get your book as soon as possible, since you'll see that we will be moving on to more reading from it here in the 3rd week. Okay, so then the only other symbol that I think you have here are these. This is a page that Canvas lets you put things together on a page. So here's our MLA guidelines page, and here's an editing guidelines page. These will be at the bottom of each module. You will also have the readings that have been linked to it above in certain things here, so if you can't find them, you can always come back and just read them. Now you notice these do not have any due dates or points. They're just readings, and there will always be this link to readings so you can quickly find them within the module and not have to remember where they were in here if you've read them and want to return to them. Okay, so that's how our modules work. You can see that we have our first paper, weeks 1 through 5, our second paper, weeks really 7 through 11, but it's probably more like 6 through 11. So this first one's probably 1 through 6, 7 through 11. This will be a rhetorical analysis. You can read about it right here. You can also get that from the front page. Our 3rd and 4th modules are about research and the annotated bibliography and position synthesis. This first is annotated bibliography. Do not worry if you don't understand these things yet, because you will, and we'll go through them each and read them before we start anything. And then finally, we take our research and synthesize it from this 3rd module into our 4th module assignment, a position synthesis, and this will take us to the end of the semester. Okay, so that's the entire schedule and assignments that you have. There's no other way. Well, I could show there is another way, but I'm not going to use it in this. It's easier for you just to always know, if you click on modules, you will see everything. And if you are on the home page, you will see things coming up, but for the bigger picture, always good to click on modules here or here. Okay? The course syllabus is also here. I encourage you to read that first thing. Here's my name and how to contact me. You can always contact me from the email up here, but it will be forwarded to this email, and this will go quicker if you want to do that. Now you can always change your own email up here. There's a settings when you're logged in, and you can change the what you are working on there. Here's the book for our class. Here's where my office is in, room AB. That's the Academic and Administration Building. I'm in room 158 on the 1st floor. My office phone number, my office hours. Now, because this is an online course and I realize that many of you will not be on campus at any time, if you are, you're welcome to come and see me at this time, but if you're not, you are welcome to email me during this time on Wednesday, and I will either call you back, email you back, or we can use Canvas Conference tool. I can make that available. And here is also a link to the Student Writing Center where you can send papers and get further feedback. Now, as far as the book goes, you do have to have this very book that says 2nd edition. Others will not work. They do not have any of the readings that we will be using. I ask you please then to come back, and one of the assignments will ask you to come back and look at this. I'll just highlight that there is no late work, but there is the opportunity for you to use 2 NQAs on daily work, but not on drafts or peer reviews. You can also get 48 hours of extension. Here's our scheme for how things work. There's 30% of our work that is daily work, and there's 70% of our work that is major assignments, the papers, the response paper, the rhetorical analysis paper, the annotated bibliography, and the position synthesis. So that all adds up to what what your final grade will be determined from. Everything is in points, but that's a little deceptive. These points are points that are worth 30%. These say 100 by them, but that is only so they can be graded with a letter grade. So that's there. Okay, let's go back to our home page. You also see on the home page that there's a link to a link to the Canvas that helps you understand through videos and tutorials how to use Canvas when it's confusing to you, and just overall English 1010 at a glance. Important course policies. Here you will see the course syllabus, the grading contract, paper assignments. You can see all the 4 paper assignments at a glance right here. This is just something we use for the first part, but here is our 4 paper assignments. You can always come to them from that home page. And you will also see that we have editing guidelines. That's a page that lets you know the kinds of issues that I'm most concerned that you edit for in terms of grammar and punctuation. So these things are described here, and there's help here for you to understand how to fix and work on these. The MLA page is here at the bottom. These also, editing and MLA, are in each of your course modules, so you can find them there. But this is the Modern Language Association. This tells you how to format your papers, how to do citations, and gives you some links to places that make that a much easier process. There's a full handbook here for anybody who really wants to look it up, but this is one of the best links for understanding how to do this work. Okay, that's the overview then of how to use Canvas. Remember, easiest way to get started on assignments is to come here, because this will take you through questions on our course policies, and the link to those is right here again. Grading contract, the course syllabus. Okay, I might mention also that for this class, like every other general ed class that you have, you will be doing an e-portfolio, and that is described on the course syllabus page. And there are also links there to help you understand how to set up a portfolio for your general education courses if you have not already done so in a different class. All right, I think that does it. If you have any questions after watching this, please don't hesitate to send me an email, but you'll get the hang of it as we go, and that should make everything easier for you, I hope. Okay, let's get started with our semester.